Oh, hello. Welcome to the welcome to the my first music production stream. Uh I probably won't be as interactive, as other music producers are as, but yeah, I'm working on a Doki Literature Club song because was a that was decided by the audience here on the channel through a vote poll. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Also, if anybody's tuned in here, I think there's like 3 people in here. Am I too loud or too quiet? Can someone let me know in here if I'm too loud or quiet? Is there any audio being captured in here? Am I too loud or too quiet? Can someone let me know in here if I'm too. Just fine. All right, that's good. My audio interface, I have it like max gain, but um, in my encoder settings, it's like -5 decibels. So I think it's leveled out all right. I'd hope. Too quiet. It's too quiet now. Here, let me see what I can do. I'm still kind of like working out the stuff on this. Is this good? Got it. Let's see. I'm going to turn the display off real quick so I can figure out what's going on in here. Let's see. Bit rate is too low. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to mess around with it. So I'm just going to resume the stream. So I'm gonna like put a disclaimer, but I've never played Doki Doki, and essentially what I did is instrumental wise, I just like wrote like this synthwave hyperpop hybrid song with some of like the game OST's like sound font. So you're gonna hear a bit of that in here. Like I used this was provided by someone online. I just remember searching up like Doki Doki sound font, and like it was like the first thing that popped up on like it's one of those like those really popular sound font websites. Uh, I forgot what it's called, but yeah. Uh, I thought this sonar. I don't know where it is in the actual game, but was like messing around with this without the post processing, and I thought like this would be like really good for like a I don't know for just creepy ambience. I think I'll play it in here somewhere in the piano roll. It's like spooky. I guess it's still playing somehow. Uh, hmm. Not missing much. Hmm. I'm just I'm just intrigued because that was like just the most voted uh thing to work on for a song. So um probably when I find like a good conclusion for the instrumental, I'll start like plotting lyrics down. It'll probably be for another stream. I'll be using synthesizer uh, 5 by Dreamtonics to get lyrics going. But yeah, this sonar instrument's pretty good. I have some post processing on it, so it sounds even more of a sonar like instrument. And I got the Valhalla delay. Uh, a lot of these plugins you're gonna see in here, like especially all these like Valhalla plugins, were like huge recommendations by Alway. I'm not sure. I'm sure a bunch of people like in my audience knows who Alway is, but she recommended me these like modulation reverb plugins. Pretty pretty good. It's free on Steam. Um, like the full base game, or is it like do you play like a certain part of the game and then you have to like buy the rest of it kind of ordeal? Because I've seen there was like a Doki Plus thing on Steam. Oh, full base game, sweet. I guess I'll have to check that out. Um, Perchance next week. Sweet, yeah. Let's see. There's like there's all kinds of like instruments in this sound fun alone. I think it's cool. Uh, like I think like the ones I was like more like specifically intrigued on looking at was like because I've heard like the main menu before, and I think it's a flute or a piccolo that I hear in, like almost every single track on the game OST. See if I can find it in here because I kind of want to fit it in here somehow. But where's my other bass in here? There it is. Don't mind this little pattern channel that I have. This is when this is when I didn't know how to automate stuff, so I was like recording like automation in patterns, but I had someone teach me how to use or make automation clips, which is like the most easiest simple way to do is like just I don't know mess with like the volume channel or this channel volume knob for example, and then you go to like tools, last tweaked, and then you make an automation clip there. That's how I figured how to make automation clips. Yeah, let me I think it's on default. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be doing lots of experimenting with these serum patches for like basses and plucks and leads, because I like the main genre gimmick I want this for is to be like very cyber-like, so it would most likely be synthwave, hyperpop, or just be like a hybrid of the two. I'm like kind of just like working as I go with this one. Look, listen. Listen. This was actually like this song was like ripped off of a EP that I wanted to make, and it was what the EP literally was gonna be, was just a bunch of FNF like songs. They're gonna be original songs and stuff, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. I'm not the FNF kind of guy. So I was like, let me just see if I can rip something from my EP that I haven't released, and just make it a Doki Doki song. The Boots and Cat samples. A lot of these samples were like, you'll see them in here. Like, there's like a atmosphere, pad sample. I got all of these, uh, like percussion loop samples in here too. It's just like all this stuff was ripped from Splice. It was from like a hyper pop uh, thing. I forgot what it was called. I see. Doki Doki. Isn't that like literally like an ad lib track in the actual game? You just have like an announcer thing or whatever. It's like Doki Doki. I think that's actually in this sound font. Cause now I'm curious. Yeah, it is in here. Hold on a second. Let me see what this does. Where is it at? Right here. Whoa. Yeah. What the hell? Doki. Oh, that's funny. All right. Uh, let's take a look at this track, guys. I want you all to rate this track. All right, I'm gonna do like a full playthrough, and then once I do that, I'm just gonna experiment a little bit more. And maybe after a little bit of experimentation, no pun intended, uh, maybe we can check out some other whips I have on here. Give you all a little teaser on stuff I've been working on. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I hope FL doesn't like shit itself though. It probably will. Let's get rid of these channels real quick, since I'm not using them. Y'all can hear FL, right? Hold on. For clarification, can y'all hear FL's audio? Whoever's in here. Okay. Okay. Good. I save like every like minute I'm saving, or if I'm like doing a little task in the FL Studio, I'm always like pressing Control S just to make sure I save. Or I'll just like go to click on file as fast as I can and save. I'm like very paranoid of like FL crashing, but I've never really had. I mean, I've never really had FL crash, at least of recent. But I have some like really super heavy projects that can like crash FL. Like even the FL wrapper sometimes doesn't even work, and it crashes in FL. So, but I think it's safe to say this one's pretty good to go. It's not eating up my CPU, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's play this. Yeah. What do we think about that? Honestly, what do we think? Is it good? Is it How do we feel? How do we feel about the instrumental? Yeah. Don't worry. I think like I don't know. I'm my main gimmick genre wise it has to be like rock and metal, and this is just me like kind of like trying to step out of my comfort zone uh when writing songs like this. And I don't know, I think it'll be good for me. And I don't know, it might actually I might have more of a diverse audience, writing, different music, music that I don't normally write. Um, because I'm sure not like, not everybody listens to rock and metal music, which is fine, but you know, add some diversity to, my content, you know, it'll be good. It will be good. Still gonna be nerdcore music. I mean, I feel like that's what I'm mainly doing on the channel. I will say though, excuse me. I will say, like sometime in the summer, I do have some like original stuff coming out, like completely original stuff. Uh, Probably be. I don't really have a specific deadline or a date for it, but my ambition is to get it somewhere close to late June or July. It's gonna be good. Yeah, definitely don't feel opposed to trying new things. It's good. Like it's good. Uh, to develop, skills off of something you never really do, or you know something you never tried before. It's good to develop new skills for any kind of like field that you're not familiar with. I mean, if you're me, who's practically a seasoned music producer, I mean, I've never showed my workflow until now, and this is basically off of something that I'm not familiar with that I'm showing right now as my first production stream. Um, I think it's good to try new things. Like it's good. Uh, it's good for your trait. I don't know. Uh, let's see. I want to like use something that's gonna like catch someone's ears for this specifically, because I want to use obviously I want to use some of the game OST's like sound. Um, I honestly don't know if they used the marimba in OST a lot. I need to like go back and listen to it tonight. Um, Whenever I do work on this again, because right now I'm just working solely off of serum patches that work for hyperpop or synth wave music, and I'm just incorporating the game OST sounds and just mashing it all together. All right. Uh, well, I don't know how to say your name. Is it EG or IG? You have yourself a good night. I'll probably have uh I'll probably have another stream tomorrow or Sunday. I'll still be here for a good hour or so. see. Egg. Okay, I see. I see. Well, you have yourself a good night, Egg. You have a wonderful night. Catch you next time. Oh yeah, I forgot. The Whenever I switch a sound in the sound font player, I don't know if it's because of switching it whilst playing the playlist. I think it's like I don't know if it's a caching thing for loading up sound fonts. I think that's what it is, but it's like super. I always keep thinking my FL's gonna crash when it happens, but I think it's fine. Let's get back to this part. Uh, I just realized that I have like the chromatics from when I had the original rendition of this. Wait, I don't even know what channel it's on. Uh, Channel 12. Oh my god, I can't believe this, bro. Yo, never let me make chromatics. Never let me make chromatics. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, never hire me to work on FNF music. I'm sorry. Just don't. It ain't it ain't for me. It ain't for me. Honestly, I'm gonna like continue on this when I start getting Sin V rolling or Sin 5 rolling whenever I stream again. So in the meantime, I think I should show off or tease off some songs I've been working on. So let's get on to that. Let's see. We got. Hmm. Man, I just want to. Should I do it? Should I open it up? Oh my god, bro. Casually open up Perdition. Nah. Hmm. I was working on Ignited Joy, but honestly, that'd be a good idea. Nah. Oh, I will show this track. I was honestly like super fucking like proud of this one. I mean, I wouldn't say I was like super proud of it, but I was like, yo, this is cool as fuck. Oh wait, no, not this. Damn, it was a different project. Let me let me let me find it real quick. Here it is. Hopefully it opens. Should be able to. So there's this project I found on Casting Call because I was just like exploring. I was exploring like projects to see if people were needing someone of expertise as a musician or sound engineer or a singer. Well, there's this person that had this horror game up for listing, and they needed a musician. I was like, hey, let me get on that. You know, they had like four four submissions, including mine, so five. And then I got hired on to work on this track. So it's gonna be interesting because what I did with this, I think it's pretty cool. I also used some like stock sound effects for it. Oh wait, I forgot what BPM it's at. When I originally did this, I think it was 180. No, not 180. Like 89 beats per minute. Oh hell no! It was like 79 beats per minute. This was like me trying to learn Toby Fox music. I think it has some dithering with or I tried to emulate dithering with Serum's sound effects thing. Just gonna turn it off. I thought this was pretty cool though. Nito, right? Nito? Yeah. And then, what I ended up doing with this composition was I drop it to like, I basically half step it, right? And then wait. Oh, I might have screwed this up. No, it's good. It's good. Um, I did some cool stuff, some cool sound design stuff, with this composition, and it was all thanks to Serum, Serum, and honestly, just Serum, just Serum, and Valhalla. Have a listen. I think it's pretty dope. Let's go a little bit ahead. I like increase like the wetness of the distortion so that it gets more intense, as you can see right here. Oh, it's it's honestly creepy when you just like listen to it. Like super creepy ambience, which is yeah. Like, see, it's basically just like it's just slowly dies out, and I think you know the way I turn this around from like a Toby Fox kind of composition, and then just reversed it, emulate dithering, detune it a bit, um, and then have some like some of the stock sound effects added in just for like a creepy vibe. It's like perfect. uh, it's great. Let's see. Was it 79 beats per minute? Me not. There's no way. Me making uh. Oh, wait, I didn't even check chat. My bad. Hello, Fly Fusion. I see, I see. Yeah, I figured I'd start doing music production streams sooner, cause I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure like people like at least a year ago wanted to check out a um, production stream or get to see a production stream by me. Um, I used to like do them. Well, they weren't like my own like projects, but I used to be on like music production streams with other producers before. But this is like basically my own standalone stream where I'm working like have my own projects pulled up for my production process. Yeah, so yeah, this is my first music production stream. Just kind of like uh, initially what I did when opening it up, I was showing people the next song I got going for next release. It's gonna be a doki song. uh, I had like a little vote poll on YouTube about maybe about a week and a half ago, and me being the nerdcore artist, I wanted to see like what people wanted to hear next, and it looks like Doki Doki's the next song I'm gonna be working on next. Yeah, it's good it's good stuff. Yeah. Oh. I know someone specific is probably watching the stream. I'm gonna if I open up a project that honestly would probably blow people's minds if they heard it. Or actually, yeah, hold on. I have like I have a scrapped track that I never. Yeah, that was one that I was like really considering on doing. Like just have it like Resident Evil. I was thinking of having a vote poll for just like two different franchises. Like, that's probably what I'll do for the next vote poll after I get this Doki Doki song released. I'll probably be like, hey, so you guys want a Resident Evil song or do you want a Devil May Cry song? Because like it'd be like a good competition like between voting between the two. I also think it'd be cool to make a Resident Evil song or a Devil May Cry song. Yeah, I love. I gotta say the same. I do love the Resident Evil series. I played Requiem a little, probably like a month after it released. It's a good game, really good game. Oh, I'm missing stuff. Uh oh. I mean, this is really like a 2 year old project. But I canceled the I canceled this because I like I didn't really see making like second version of this because I made this for a it was like a little small indie game from a friend of mine that's game deving, and he had me make this like subterfuge song, and it was like a metal version of it. This is basically that, but um, I just didn't want to re-release, or I didn't want to re-release it, so I canceled it. That was really why I didn't want to work on it. Also, as being the guy who is known for sitting on the retake by Alway on YouTube, and I was like, I don't really think I should just make a version of another version of Subterfuge, because like people didn't. I guess people didn't like that one, to be frank. So I just like I won't work on it. But I have been like like in the shadows like working on the mix on this, even though I'm never gonna release it. So I might as well just like play it out a bit, just like no one's gonna be able to see a full version of this. Oh my god. Someone's, someone's gonna go to this production stream and be like, what? Something huge.
Come with me, keep us to move. I like where you're on supply and know you haven't got a thing to break us on my by your side.
Oh, my FL Studio don't like this. I really think it's because of the drums. The drums are like CPU heavy. CPU heavy. So I'm probably just gonna mute the drums for now. Unfortunately, the drums sound badass, but I just gotta mute them. I'm also gonna mute the vocals. But it's really cool, like. Yeah, oh my, this is not pleasing to the ears when it's just buffering like hell. Yeah. Vocal chains? I guess it really depends. My, I had an old build that I used to, mainly use, back in the day. And I didn't really make like music of my own. I used to like work with a producer and just I'll make like vocal covers of songs. And I just remember like some vocal chains. I would have at least like 10 or 12 vocal chains in one project and my computer couldn't handle it. And it's just because of how CPU heavy it is when it's just an all-in-one chain that has like your EQ, your compression, reverb, delay, your saturation, and it's just all in one little bundle. And just imagine having 12 of those plugins all in together. It just, all of that alone, it just eats it up. I could probably do that like now with what I'm working with, but yeah, I used to, that comment just like reminded me of like when I used to work on like just covers solely, and I didn't work on music back in the day. Hello, Jibo or Gibo? Hello. This stream tastes like blue raspberry. You know, I like blue raspberry. I wouldn't say what specifically I like about blue raspberry, but I think it's the Dum Dum Suckers. I like the blue raspberry Dum Dums. So, I'm gonna tell you something, Fly Fusion. Um, for the longest time. So I've been working on music for I want to say like experimentally for a year or two, and then I took it more serious within my 5 or 6 year mark. I can mix music like really really good. Like just from having the season experience, I was able to mix music, right? My issue, because I had to have like a one-on-one conversation with another producer who's like way more, I would say way more experienced than I am, tell me that my music sounds good. It's just I didn't compress it. So what would be happening is when I didn't compress my music, it ended up sounding like a jumble, like a wall sound. My music for the longest time has always sounded like that, and it just didn't sound satisfactory, I guess. Yes. No, no, it's not mixing hell. It's compression. I didn't really understand it at the time, and honestly, I feared compression for the longest time because I thought it kills music, and that is a fact. But it also can be beneficial for music. Like actually be super beneficial for music, especially for metal music. Like metal music needs a lot of compression. Um, but once I delved into compression, I started like getting cleaner mixes, and I was like super happy about that. Like, like when I started using compression for my projects and stuff, I was like, "Yo, this is so clean." And I just remember having spent 2 weeks of just doing nothing but working on music, and then I got burnt out. But I was like super happy with how clean my mixes were sounding. Yeah. Thank you, Gibo. Uh, um, I got a lot of new stuff coming out though. Like it'll have, uh, mainly my own vocals on a bunch of tracks I got working on. That'll be dropping in the near future. So anybody that's in the stream right now that remembers me or knows me from the subterfuge retake, just know that is not my best performance, and it probably was like super par with just super par with the vocal production, and that's like no offense to Awe because she was like the producer of the instrumental and of my own vocals, but I think like at first instance I was not like uh I didn't really think of it much back then, but you know, a year or so has passed by and I'm like, yeah, they were good, but they weren't good vocals. It's they're not that great. But trust me, I've been like in the shadows just working on my own vocals. So expect the near future to see a glow up in with my vocal work. Um, Mirrored Attraction. That's honestly super surprising. I did not think that song. I didn't think anybody would like that song. Maybe like the people on SoundCloud, because that's where I also normally upload on. But oh, I remember it. Like when I worked on Mirrored Attraction, it was for. I wanted to tease a Finance of Freddy's kind of album, because at the time I had like a few songs that I already worked on there. FNAF. There's a couple I haven't released and a few that I have, but the EP was just gonna be like remasters of those. Like Purple Madness was like my first ever Finance of Freddy song, and I really been wanting to like work on it. I remember making like 4 different mixes for that, and just being absolutely like disappointed with the other 3. But I do have the new FLP that I worked on here. It sounds so clean. It's probably what's gonna be on the EP. But to be frank, I don't know when I'm ever gonna release it, because I have a like completely original album I want to get out sooner. Well, yeah, anybody that's on here, this is the subterfuge, the canceled subterfuge mix that I had uploaded on my other YouTube. I was just, the reason why I have it open is because I was like also like shadow wise working on this mix just to experiment. I wonder how many people were probably expecting this, and there's no full version of it. I think also I was just like not feeling working on another subterfuge thing, because I really didn't have the resources to make a music video for it, but to be fair, I think a lot of like FNF stuff, like music video wise, is just like a visualizer with an audio spectrum. I could have just done that, but nah, I wanted to put in a little bit of like, what is the word? I wanted to be able to put in a little bit of love for it. Do I think about tutoring? I would not consider myself to be a teacher in any means, especially when it comes to music, because for the longest time, I don't think I've ever really taken courses when I worked on music. I literally just like experimented working in a DAW, and this was not my first DAW. I actually used Cakewalk on my mobile device. That was my first ever DAW that I worked with, and then I moved on to FL Studio after a year of using Cakewalk. And from there, I literally just either watched YouTube videos or I was just working on songs with little to no experience. I mean, I had like musical theory when I was in high school. So I didn't understood how music worked. It's just wanting to like write it, arrange, and compose it. That was like the part I was developing for a year or two, and then I was learning how to mix. It's really like it's really a self-taught thing, but also just like watching a bunch of tutorials online. Yeah, I think like teaching yourself to make music is kind of a flawed path, but it's also like in some ways beneficial if you're the practical guy or gal. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. Just to conclude it, I don't think I'd be a good teacher, but I think it's good to teach yourself how to develop your skills in making music. Yeah. When I made Alchemic Discoveries, that was like my first ever like original album. Like that album alone, I actually worked with the producer though, but it was based off of genuine like a uniqueness, and I also was just like super inspired by like bands that I listened to. Like it was a super like electronic rock and metal album, and I would listen to bands like Starset or Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, and I try to incorporate their stuff into like my own theory with working with music in the FL. Yeah, it was a cool time. I wasn't the greatest mixer back then, but it was cool be able to work on that. Speaking of which, I probably mentioned the new album that's coming out a couple of times, but the new album is actually supposed to be a continuation of the first original album. You'll hear some like references in this one too. It'll like be like a callback to some songs in the first album. Right. Yeah, it is. It is a neat. It's a neat thing to get inspired to write music, and just understanding like the fundamentals with it. Like you could just like, I don't know, listen to some band's song, and you can just like pick up the element or fundamental of like, oh what you'll be like, oh, what kind of drums are they using? Wait, what tones of guitars are they dialing down? Do they use synths? Do they use uh, acoustic instruments? You know, etc. etc. And if you have the good ears to just train off of what it sounds like in your head, you can just kind of nail down what other people do and try to implement it in your own way, which I think is another cool way to get inspired the right music. Yeah, back onto the subterfuge thing. I don't know. It's just something I really didn't want to release, I guess. I think the guitars were cool though. Oh. All right, that was the yeah, there we go. I'm gonna play it again. Mellow death. I don't think I've heard of mellow death. Is it a genre? Is it death metal, but blended with some other genre? I think it's the first time I've ever heard of mellow death. What is that? Dude, so many people wanted this. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Someone's gonna go back to this channel and find this stream. They're oh, and then they're halfway into this. They find me messing with the subterfuge song, and they're why did he release this?
I'll make you play along. It's on with me to the break.
Yeah, they're gonna go back and find this. It'll be okay. It'll be alright. Mellow death is melodic death metal. Oh. Okay. So it's more, what's the word? Of course, the key word here is melodic. It's definitely incorporating the more progressive type of metal, which I think I love progressive metal. What else can I show? Oh, I Fly Fusion, if you're on here, I could show you the En la Muerte Vivo. I could show you that song. I haven't worked on it since the last time we have. Oh, hello, Aiden Green. Can I make an F&F song? I probably won't work on any F&F music, but I have worked on F&F music. If you check on my YouTube channel, there is a mod that I'm working on. It's like a Vocaloid horror mod, and it's called Vocaloid Violence. I uploaded a song that I'm working on for that mod. You could check that out if you'd like. But other than that, I probably won't be working on any F&F music. I'm sorry if that's disappointing, but I want to consider myself an F&F songwriter. Yeah. Let me show you Anonymous did Vivo. I think it's in my originals somewhere. Let's see, let's see, let's see. There's so many like folders and subcategory folders in my projects folder. So I honestly don't even remember what I put the song last time. Is it in here? No. I'll find it. Somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here it is. It might crash FL. So let's hope for the best. You're making a Donkey Kong. Oh, you make Donkey Kong fan songs? Oh, with the Donkey Kong Country sound fonts. That's cool. Um, do you use a sound font player of some sort, or are you using a chip emulator to make these songs? Uh-huh. Oof. I feel like I had to sneeze. Oh. There he goes. Uh, I don't know how I'm missing uh, some samples. It's probably been a while since I've worked on these projects, and I've had a bunch of stuff moved um, out of a um out of a hard drive that I used to use for this build. I ended up backing it up into another drive and then formatting it. So it's probably somewhere on another drive of mine that's on here. Anyways, Fly Fusion. This is like the process I got going on with the song we're working on. It's pretty cool stuff. Oof. I want to play this with the drums, but the drums are it's so CPU heavy.
Circulando en mi alma, impuso brillante sotetería. En que nadó este mundo, fantasma de quien fui. Enterrado en lo que fuimos, es
FL Studio Mobile. I I don't think I've ever used. No, no, I've never used FL Studio Mobile. I can imagine how the workflow process is like since I've used Cakewalk or not Cakewalk. I think it's Cakewalk on PC, but it's BandLab on mobile devices. I used to use BandLab. That was my first ever DAW that I used. I can imagine the workflow process is maybe essentially the same as FL Studio's mobile. Yeah, I feel like ImageLine has been trying to optimize this doll like literally forever. Forever. Um I know like literally before the 2020 or yeah, the FL Studio 25 update, it was just like dog water. Just trying to work with just work with this doll alone. I think that's why I had the most issue in. Yeah, and having an audio interface is like super beneficial for working with the buffer length usage in FL, and just being able to like track or monitor like your input audio 10 times cleaner than just using like your computer's like sound card. I mean, probably not even a sound card. Like probably not even a sound card. It's a whatever you're using that's not an audio interface. It's just audio interfaces are just much cleaner when it comes to tracking input audio. Still using FL24. I'm pretty sure you can update it to 25. Like you'd update it to the latest version. Like FL like installs or not installs. It downloads like updates you can install on your computer. Using a Rocksmith cable? Oh my god. Like it's the plug and play USB cable, right? Cuz I actually have Rocksmith, and I don't play it with the cable that they have you play it with. I play it with my audio interface actually. Like you install this like this mod into the game where you can like use your audio interface to play the game. Honestly, it's much more optimized and cleaner than just using a cable. Oh, oh you, oh you. I don't want to get canceled for talking about piracy, but I mean, hey, it happens. It happens, you know. Like, I think like best case scenario is that if you're pirating software, the least you could do is just like support the devs through like you know like appreciating their hard work for making software and stuff, or you just like hop on social media like, hey, like for example, say you're making a song in FL Studio, like, hey guys, look at this beat I made in FL Studio, you know. That's I guess that's one way to appreciate the devs. You can voice Donkey Kong from video game or TV show. I I don't know if that's like a question. Like, are you saying like, can I voice Donkey Kong? Or I don't understand the comment. Yeah, I think it's super beneficial to actually own software because you get you get the updates on the side and upgrade, like, for example, like FL Studio, where they have tiers of their software, of, like, you know what features and stuff you get. You actually can save money after buying a specific edition of FL Studio. Sorry, excuse me. A specific edition of FL Studio, and later down the road, like the other editions that you don't own, they end up becoming much more cheaper down the line, which I think is super convenient. I'm on a producer edition, or no, no. Uh, Here, let me check real quick. Let me check to see what I'm on. I'm pretty sure I bought producer edition. I think I'm like, I have one more tier that I need to get. I think it's the all plugins edition. Let me check real quick. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not trying to register. I'm trying to log in. Uh-oh. See if I can log in the FL Studio real quick. This won't be too long. I'm just like seeing, like, if I can remember correctly how the tiers work. Yeah, so it's that's the tiers work. Because I think the last edition is the all plugins edition. At least for me it is. And it's like $180. Yeah. Okay. Um so if you're curious, I'm sure you can already tell when you listen to this fusion, but I used like for guitars when I programmed them, I used shreddage. This bad boy right here, I'll show you. Um, it's really buggy though, or at least like the UI breaks sometimes. Okay, yeah. This is a fine. This is a fine plugin here. I forgot to add anti-repetition. Okay. It is really nice. Um, you can check out the chain I got too for the rhythm. So I got OTT to compress it down. I got archetype Misha. So this is, Prefreak guitarist plugin right here. It's a badass one too. I'm using a preset, but I think I kicked up the drive on here, so it sounds more crunchy. It's also using the lead voicing on the amp, so it just sounds so good. Well, one thing to make programmed guitars even sound good, you have to articulate it to hell. You have to articulate it to even make it sound good. Like when I was using Odin, like especially on the first album I made, like the only thing I was doing was harmonics, sustains, power chords, and palm mutes, and I never like used bends or anything. I didn't use bends. I didn't use anything technical that you would hear on normal guitar playing, and I just had to like develop develop that develop that trait over I think a year or two. Yeah, but essentially to make program guitars sound good, you just have to articulate it, like articulate the hell out of the playing. So, um, there is a recent track I worked on. It actually uses I was using both Odin and shreddage for it. Um, I'll probably show that here in a bit. I wanted to show off this because it's got some cool stuff in here I could show off. Oh yeah, I think I was trying to play it too earlier. Hold on, or not earlier, but a little while ago. There's also another amp I actually recently been experimenting with, and it's by uh, STO. They have like a tonality plugin, and they have a Josh Middleton amp. Um, I would say it's a rare instance that I actually do like real guitar work on songs. There is one song that's like unreleased and no one's heard it yet that I actually did full on real guitar work on, but I programmed it first and then I actually recorded the guitars. And honestly, I'm like super stoked for y'all to hear it. It's badass, and the people I worked on with this song, it's amazing. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Yes, Josh Middleton from Architects. I think he's got like really cool tones, especially the rhythm tones are so good. I figured that whenever we roll production with this song again, I could start working with that amp because it's got some really sick rhythm tones that I want to work with. I think Misha's tones are really good too, but really think like the amp module itself is worked on a lot more technical and modern metal. So I think it's something I'm gonna switch out at some point. Yeah. All right. What was the next thing I was gonna show? I think I'm gonna show like one more thing uh in here, and then I'll have to call it for the night. So let's see what I got in here that I wanted to show. I think I was literally just talking about too. Mm. Hmm. Oh yeah. I was just talking about it. It like clicked in my head. I'll have to find it. It's literally the most recent thing I released. It's an EXE song that I released on YouTube not even too long ago. This song is killer. Like I think it's fucking awesome. Oh, I gotta show you guys it. I just hope it don't crash FL because I think it's like super technical. Check out Cellosis. I definitely will. I've been wanting to listen to a lot more music lately, and essentially just like a bunch of metalcore stuff, just so I can like study it in a certain like ear training process, and it's so just so I can dial it down in my own music because I want to get inspired with experimenting on mixes. I'll definitely check out Cylosis after this stream. Yes, yeah, it's Incarnation. It's an All Father EXE song. I think this one's like really cool to work on. I would say like if you were to realistically play this on guitar, it's a lot of open notes, but I think it's still like super technical with the riffs. It's so cool. I gotta showcase it here. Yeah, Fruity Rapper being a little weird. All right, I'm gonna mute the yappery that you hear in the intro. I'm just gonna play like what you normally hear. I also use like a lot of like when I produce a lot of my music, like sound design, sound effects wise, I'm always using like Joey Sturgis like sound effects, specifically from the Chaos libraries. More modernish because develop I'm trying to develop into more technical genres, if that makes sense. What guitar do I play? I own a. I sold a couple of guitars not too long ago, but I play a Schecter Omen. Um, I can't remember like technically what exact model it is, but it's a 7 string guitar. It's got like this crimson hollow body. Um, it's a sick guitar, by the way. It has really good pickups. Um, which when I'll get there. I actually wrote. There's one song that I wrote a little while ago. All of it is just real guitar work, and that's like I'm super stoked to show you all that. But yeah. To answer your question, Roblox Pyromaniac. I I do play guitar, and I have a Schecter Omen. I think it's a Schecter Omen C7 Diamond Series. It's really sick guitar. I love it. Uh, a lot of my music though is like guitars wise is programmed, but on a rare instance, I'll actually like do real guitar work. Jackson Dinky. That was literally my first seven. That was my first ever 7 string. Was a Jackson Dinky, and honestly, it wasn't bad for a 7 string. It was just like, I think it was like a a fret problem, especially like near the open notes. It was definitely a weird guitar when it came to the fretboard, but it was like a really nice guitar for it being a budget. Uh, was it like $200 for a Jackson Dinky? It's a neat guitar. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you all this, cause this, oh my god, this track was sick to work on. I loved it. Yeah, I'll also show y'all. Look how many plugins or instruments are in this channel rack. We got at least like few Odin in here. We got Jenny X. This is free, by the way. It's honestly sick. It's a it emulates the Mega Drive and Genesis chip, like all the instruments from there. I don't think they have. I think since this is like a non-profit plugin, it tells you like what instrument it is from what game. I think that's honestly sick. Like it's a really good alternative from like Plogue stuff. So yeah, I use this like almost on anything that I'm like working on that's like Sonic music. It's really cool. What's my favorite tuning? I'm gonna be frank with you. I always love playing on drop tunings. It's easier to scale with, and you can also get super technical with it at the same time. I do like playing like standard tunings too, like super simple standard tunings. I like playing technical drop tunings, like there was one I played on the 7th string a little while ago. It was a weird technical version of the drop F tuning, but I love it. It was great. I got a friend that has a Les Paul, and he literally only plays in he only plays in the drop D tuning, but like he's literally so good at playing in drop D. I always hear him playing like Avenged Sevenfold or Deftones. He's really good at playing the guitar when he's playing in drop D. So I mean, I really ain't complaining. He's really good at guitar. Yeah. I bought this plugin for like $10. This is Driller, and it's just a mass collection of just, instruments and stuff. Like this is like stuff you could do in like Serum probably with what's in here. But this just like comes in as like presets and stuff for like $10. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say, like, this is by far, like, except for stuff I have in the background at the moment, I think this is, like, the most technical thing I've released, because you got, like, a bunch of instruments that are being used in this alone. There might be some of these instruments I'm not even using. Like, I don't even think I used a piano at all in this. But yeah, it's got this cool Reese's bass, some like Living Tombstone kind of bass. You got Ginny X. I think I used Ginny X like on most of the song's composition. Shreddage being used. I've been using these drums for like the past couple of songs I've been working on. Oh my god, it's the UI's broken. Oh, yeah, they might get a jump scare there, but yeah. This is Progressive Prodigy by RS Drums. This drum kit is awesome, and I've been using this rock metalcore preset, and I think it's like the perfect drum kit that I need for like what kind of music I'm working with. I do add like I added one shots though for like the kicks and the snares just to make it more punchier on the shells. Um, yeah, this is a really good kit. It's got, yeah, you can see right. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's got 84 presets. Lots you can work with. You can even experiment with your, with your kit within like the mixers that's in here. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Um, yeah, this is super technical, I would say. I use for the bass. If y'all are wondering, I use Kraken Hybrid. This is a Solemn Tones bass. I think I got this for like $60. Introductory sale. This is a really good plug-in for. I want to say if you're making like rock and metal stuff and you're programming the bass, this is really good. Have I ever blasted my ears out with distortion? Uh, Maybe when I didn't have like a full understanding. Like if you're talking about like when I worked on music and blasted my ears out with distortion, it's probably at a time when I just didn't grasp uh mixing or composition, or not composition, mixing and compressing music. So I probably did at one point blast my ears out, and I don't know, my ears didn't really understand if I was, you know, digging my ears out. Hello, Siren DX. Welcome to the music stream. First music production stream. Um, I'm showcasing y'all my music production process with songs I've recently released, and showing some whips, some work in progresses that I have for the near future. Using Invasion on my newer tracks right now, but looking for some more stuff. I don't think I've ever used Invasion. Isn't Invasion like Serum? Honestly don't even remember. Behemoth bass? Is that an Odham plugin? Cause I know Odham drums. Oh no, Behemoth bass is by Solemn Tones. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've been using Kraken Hybrid forever though, cause it sounds good. I don't even think I really had to like replace it or anything, because the articulation programming in this is honestly fine. Like, it's honestly fine. You don't have to do much. I like the Kraken Glass preset because it's a clean kind of distortion, and obviously you can like mess around with the tonality of it. You can EQ it. You can set a wavelength enforcer in it. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Over $100. I think I'm good. I think I'm good for now. Oh, Invasion is a drum library plugin. Okay, yeah, I know Get Good Drums. I actually have I have the one of the Prefri kits from Get Good Drums. Actually, I just never really used it because I haven't experimented with it yet. I remember buying it one day because I was like, dude, I want to make some like Prefri, right? And then I haven't touched it since then because I had this drum plugin that I've been messing with. It blew my mind. I forgot that I had it. But yeah, let me show you all this. So the programming with these guitars is both shreddage and Odin, and it's super sick, I think. So let's have a listen. Let's see if I want to mute some stuff so it doesn't eat up my CPU. Like you can tell it's super technical. Oh, yeah, this honestly, if I were to play this realistically, I think it'd be like lots of palm muting and like string switching. And honestly, I don't think I'm that super technical in guitar, but it's something I could possibly pull it off. I just think like just programming it was more convenient, so I just never recorded it. Hydra. Oh, this is actually shredded argent, which is like a Mick Gordon inspired version of Shreddage 3. Yeah. Basically, I threw. Oh, this actually uses the Josh Middleton amp, and I was like, I was blown away when I heard like some of the presets on this thing. Is just great. But I also like mess with like the impulse responses on it and just kind of tweak that to make it sound like up front. It's so good. Yeah. Realistically, this would be a technical song. This is the I don't know what kind of instruments this would be on the Genesis chip, but in Genie X they call it the Green Hill instrument. I think it's the one of the EP instruments or it's an organ instrument. I just think like it sounds super like iconic. So I was like, yeah, this is a Sonic song. Let's add the Green Hill instrument in here. Yeah. Yeah, I was me thinking like the instrumentals are great and all right, but then you got me like doing the screams and all that, and vocals and all that. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm sure if some of you remember the Subterfuge retake, like y'all could remember like when I did the vocal performances on that. I still reflect on that. Like I reflect hard when I worked on Subterfuge retake, and I'm like, man, how can I redeem myself with these songs? Like if you listen to these screams, dude, I added like there's lots of saturation on these vocals. I think I'm using a chain that's completely different than what I'm. No, I still use Howard Benson. Never mind. Oh no, no, I've been using this new plugin by Neural DSP. It's Mantra. you, you need me as a vocalist? I don't know. I'm trying to. Recently, recently collabs kind of been off the table, but I'm down with working with, you know, with people from time to time. Like for example, I don't know if I mentioned it on stream, but if y'all know who Ollie is, me and her have been working on a nerdcore album in the background. But from what I can understand, is from my perspective, I feel like it's in development hell at the moment. So I don't know where that's where that's going right now, but on the side of that, I also been kind of like just my workflow is weird at the moment because I'm working on OSTs for like EXE fan games. I'm working on a horror game OST. Uh, Writing songs with a band at the moment. and I got like my head's everywhere when it comes to like remembering what I'm working on. Yeah, she's great. Honestly, like I learned a lot like working with her. Like just when it especially when it came to just like understanding stuff outside of what I normally do. Like she's great at like teaching people how to work within certain fundamentals of music. It's great. She actually, for the longest time, I didn't know how to compress music, and she was the one that told me or taught me how to compress music, and I've been popping out like clean mixes ever since then. Yeah, she's a great person. Great producer. I gotta say that she's great. Um, that is what I mean. For example, uh, lots of you can tell this is mantra because I was using the EQ matching tool in it, and I honestly was trying to experiment with it as much as I can, but it's really weird.
Days of days, but when there's my intrusion, then no way, 'cause my voice, you live forward. The heavens were silent the moment I moved, carved into the trees to scroll. No gods remain.
Yeah, I'm sure people are still wondering how I do this stuff. Yeah, that's what seems to be happening. Honestly, I don't know like anybody's perspective at the moment, but I feel like a lot of stuff is being put into like development hell because of how oversaturated AI is on like platforms and stuff. Like every time I see like this is from my own perspective too, but I see like just AI content showing up on my For You page or just on YouTube, and it's these like musicians, the so-called musicians, and they have like this AI music, on their stuff, and somehow like they get more traction than the average like indie producer or just like any underground producer, and it's just it's I feel like that's where like the headspace is for a lot of like creators, is how oversaturated AI is showing up on platforms and people using AI to get an advantage in finding like traction online. It's I don't know. I feel like it's just disappointing. Like honestly, I wish I wish I was like born like a little bit earlier, just so like, oh my, if I had like the experience I had right now, and I was, say it's a few years back before AI came out, like, oh my, I would not have to have this issue with how oversaturated AI is right now. Ugh. Yeah, it's super unfortunate. But, at the end of the day, I'm sure people like overlook that uh from time to time. So, it's not entirely taking over the artistic space at the moment, but it's good to know people can see over it. I mean, you can literally listen to any AI song, and you can like, if you know how artifacts work within like waveforms, you can hear it a lot. You hear artifacts a lot in AI music, and you can just tell it's AI. Like that's like the average like consumer that listens to music. They know it. They'll know it's AI, and they point it out and all. So I mean, at least people aren't like you know, not at least people are aware that there's AI music. Do I learn any musicians? Like, uh, like, do you? Are you? Is the question? That question when you said, "Do you learn any musicians?" Are you saying, "Do I learn the technical process of specific musicians?" Um, sure. Like some musicians online actually like show uh like their technical process behind songs and stuff, especially years later, or if they're like an independent artist. Like there's artists that do that. They'll have like playthroughs of their songs, or they'll show you like a production breakdown and a DAW. Like I think that's cool, and you get to like learn their own process on what they do. I think it's great. Like for example, uh, Victor Borba made a song with I think it was for like a YouTube, like a little indie YouTube show, and it was like it had a lot of like songs and stuff in it, but he made a song with this show, and the producer behind one of the songs that worked with Victor Borba like showed like the production process behind it. Like I like musicians like that, where they able to, you know, share a piece of the production for people to see, or even for other producers to learn from. It's cool.
Shine just the sun and parts of my condition. Paid for the stars, paid for the fire, I remain where angels drown. Paid for the throne, paid for the blood, I wear creation's crown. So when the wilting tree does in a line, will the watcher make her rise?
What are the drums I'm using? It's Progressive Prodigy by RS Drums. This little kit here. It is super badass. When like heard like the demos and stuff on the website, I was like, I gotta get this. And for like a good month or so, I was like experimenting with some of the kits in here and presets. And this one specifically though that I use is called rock metalcore, and it's essentially like it's super ear candy to me to use this kit. And honestly, like I'll even uh I have like one shots and stuff in here too to like make the shell sound more like open and punchy. And then I even experimented with like some of the post processing in the mixers. And honestly, I this like the I'll use like the same stuff for every song I'm writing essentially with this kit. And sometimes I'll experiment if it's, if it sounds off to me, like I'll experiment a little bit, but this is like the main kit I use. It's awesome. I love it. I do like sometime in the future when I experiment with other kits that I have that I haven't been like using on a typical session, like the Prefery kit by Get Good Drums. I want to use that at some point in the future. I also got this it's called Counter Kit, and it's a counterparts kind of like drum library. I have it here in Contact. Um, I can't remember who it's by though. I just remembered seeing a demo of it on like Instagram. I was like, this sounds cool too. Let me get this. They have like super punchy shells, which like, oh god, I gotta sneeze. Oh, oh, excuse me. Yeah, like the counter kit has like super punchy shells, and I don't even think you really have to do much with EQing it. Maybe just like a little bit of compression dialing, but when it comes to the shells, like the kicks and the snares, you really don't need to EQ it that much. You might have to like work with the low ends because it's like super duper punchy. Like it sounds full. Yeah, I think the Prefree 5 kit is really good, especially with the sampling caching on it, because I'm pretty sure they recorded like maybe not a million, but like at least a good like few thousand samples for that kit alone, just to make it have some sort of realism in it. It's a really good kit. I haven't really used it or experimented with it yet. Maybe later in the future though, I'll definitely work around with it. I seen another producer on there's another producer here on YouTube, and he makes like I think he makes FNF music, or no, I don't remember. He made this like Black Knife new metal thing, and I think he used the Prefree kit on it, and I thought it sounded badass. He made it sound badass, and I like it. And he's been making like little covers of like Prefree songs too. He'll make like little minute clips of him and upload to his YouTube. It's really cool. His name is Zegiol, like Xeegiol, Zegiol. He makes some really cool shit on his YouTube. But yeah, I also been using when I was working on the production of this song, I used some of Havoc's vocals on here, and he's a voice bank that was made for Synthesizer 5, but he can like do like screams and stuff. It's some coolest shit ever. Like listen to this. Let me mute this real quick. No gods remain. It's a really cool voice bank that can do screams. They like the people that made the voice bank gave him like a scream dial. Probably like the first ever voice bank. I think they actually have something tailored as an articulation made specifically for rock and metal music. I think it's cool. I think synth-wise in this project, I think I literally just used Genesis stuff. Oh yeah, and I used some serum patches for the Reese's bass, and there's a lead. Yeah, this lead right here. Yeah, so cool. And then I made like a Genesis version of that section as well. Yeah, it's awesome. I'll try to showcase this kit that I have in here, but it's like super like I said before, it's super CPU heavy. So I'll try to get it to play. I just gotta mute a bunch of these guitars and stuff. Oh, it's not even playing. It's playing the bass. I couldn't I couldn't tell you exactly what kind of genre this would be though, but it's, to be frank, if this was like, if I was using like Nintendo stuff, this would be like Nintendo core in a sense. I guess you could call this Genesis core. That should be like a new genre, Genesis core. It's just prog metal gent with Genesis synths. Yeah. Yeah, I used a lot of like EQing within like the mixer channels that have it multi-routed to in here in FL. Like I have like I have a whole bus right here, and then I have like the kick snares, toms, cymbals, and then the overheads all routed. Some of them have like compression, just because like if I didn't have the compression on this, it probably would peak. It would peak the volume and like sound just it probably hurt the ears just listening to it. Yeah, it just gotta tame it with some compression. It's got some like soft saturation on the kicks and the snares, but it sounds like all of it together sounds really good. I even use Joey Sturgis Tones EQ to like I actually use some presets for like the shells and the cymbals and all that. But like I've been like experimenting with like the low ends, specifically on the kicks, because I like the kick, like I like them punchy, but yeah, I also like to keep them tame too, so it sounds good in the mix. And then there's the drum bus that's just like just like snatching all this, sitting in one little channel right here. I'm using for I think for like overall compression, I'm using Smash and Grab, and this was actually recommended to me by Alway to use. And this is I don't know if this is like a certain discretion, but this is actually like her preset and stuff for like drums and stuff that I'm using in here. And honestly, it's like it's perfect. Like I use this like drum bus chain preset for like every single mixing session that I have. It's so good. Like she did an amazing job with the with the overall tweaking in this specific plugin. I think it's a form of a vintage compression. I don't know. I didn't really actually understand the emphasis of this plugin, but I'm pretty sure it's some form of compression. Pretty sure.
For silence, the loving I will come into the trees.
Oh, so punchy. So punchy. I was like really contemplating if I should make Doki Doki a metal song or something that's like completely out of my comfort zone, which is what I already went for, is writing a song completely out of my comfort zone because I wanted to like deliver something different to the channel. I think it worked. It would work. Like I mentioned earlier, way earlier in the stream, I was like, if I work on something that's like completely out of my comfort zone, it might actually bring more diversity to the audience. So, I think it's a good call. I think. I don't know if there's really anything else I could show in here. I'm sure like people who come to the channel and listen for the metal. I'm sure people like curious like how I do screams and stuff. I don't know if I'll do it this stream, like showcase how I do screams and stuff, but probably for another stream. I might do another stream on Sunday. So I might be able to show y'all like how I do my own streams and stuff. I need your submission to listen to it. I'm sure like once the stream's over, I don't think I'm going to remove the stream off the channel, so it'll be here and you'll be able to like listen to whatever I left in the stream. I played like a whip of it on here during the stream's timeline, so whenever the stream's over, you'll be able to go back and check that out. In the meantime, I got one more thing I'll show. It probably will not load up because how also super technical it is, because there's just so much going on in the project. I'm gonna open it up and play like a good few seconds, like a second or two of it. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. This is gonna be like the thing everyone's stoked for. I cannot cap. Everybody's gonna want to listen to this when it comes out. At least people of the general audience that's on here. I don't think it's gonna load. Okay, it is loading up. Oh god, it's gonna take forever though. It's gonna take forever. Yeah, I'll show like a good couple of seconds of this and then and then call it a night because I gotta get up for work and stuff here in a bit. But this would be a good. This will be like a teaser. Yeah, this is gonna be. This song is definitely gonna be super anticipated, but I'm not gonna release it anytime soon. Cause I commissioned someone to help me work on a music video for it, and it's probably gonna take me a little bit longer to get it out because I'll be commissioning this person probably periodically just so I have a full-on music video for this song. Let's play let's play the part. Let's play the part. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but let's play the part. Well, you guys won't know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna play the part that everybody knows of this song. It's gonna like click and it's gonna click in one of y'all's heads. Oh my god. I'm gonna laugh when it happens too. Alright, let's play. Oh, I don't want to play this part though, because I feel like everybody wants to hear this part. How do I do this? Maybe I just need to play like a super memorable part. It's a little bit derivative from the original. I mean, you could probably see the sample file, or not the sample files, the audio files I recorded, and you could see like what song this is. But let me just play this part right here, I guess. I'll play like a good 10 seconds of it.
Born in the slaughter, painted by angels' hunger. This chapel you dare to seek your safe for choking on the border through streets. Baptized fire, messy crazy how I wired.
Alright, that's all I can show. That's all I can show. That's all I can show. That's a good 10-12 seconds that I can show of this song. Alright. Trust me, you're all gonna want to wait until this actually gets released because it's gonna be mind blowing. It's gonna be good. But yeah, thank you. All I'm saying is I just know all the FNF, you know, all the FNF people are gonna want to hear this song when it comes out. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, well, it's getting close to we're getting close to the time where I hop off here, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Really. It might release sooner than you think, Siren DX, but it's gonna be a periodical thing that I have with this project specifically. So I don't know, you might see it sometime in the summer, maybe around fall. Who knows? I might release it in the fall, like Halloween, maybe. It'd be perfect actually to release it on Halloween, but well, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I am gonna conclude the stream here. Uh, honestly, I want to say is thank you guys for being on this stream, even though this is like the first ever stream I did. I just wanted to be as interactive as I could. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But yeah, I will be concluding it here. I hope y'all have a good night, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Goodbye.